up and down. And,
Yeah, you wanted to show everyone you knew that.
that was
All right,
retarded. We're gonna hate that.
you already know. As I always do, I'm gonna jump straight into it. All right. Now there was a on one of the previous podcasts, you had made a comment, and I said, you know what? Let's turn that into a segment. Quote unquote, only if he's a true leader. I forgot the actual which one it was, but that's what I wanted to talk about. That's something that's heavy on my heart as a man coming up, the way that I came up. Let me ask you something. And when you first had said that, what did you actually mean by that? I want you to elaborate. Your general firsthand understanding of what a good leader is in your perspective, in particular for a household.
Oof. So, for me, a leader, I think it kind of goes into this question. Is a leader of authority or a leader of character? So, does he want to lead the house by control and the impact that he has to the house, or does he want to lead the house by more of vulnerability, humility, and just integrity?
It's pretty complex. I would say it's all encompassing. So I got a good question for you. Who embody or exemplify leadership qualities in your life the most, that you can remember?
That's a good one. That's a very good one. Oof. So to to my background, I was actually a woman who was raised by a lot of males. My father was kind of in and out. My father was actually out of the picture by the age of 19. And I've always looked up to my brother, who I seen as a role model to a certain aspect of life.
Is he older or younger?
He's older than me by 5 years.
Okay.
But as you get older, I think I've also have to mention my mother, who has been in the more moral and ethical part of my life.
Gotcha.
So, as a true leader, as a male, it's really hard for me to pinpoint someone.
Yeah, it didn't even have to specifically be a male. I personally think, I don't know if you agree with this sentiment, but the functioning leader of a household should be the male. Should be. Sometimes.
Kind of, right? Yeah, exactly. That's
sometimes
what
they don't step up to that role. When I first started this, I said, what characteristics would I attach to somebody who's fit to lead a household? Assuming it would be, well, ideally it'd be a male, but I had a person that could be a great administrator, somebody that's wise, and someone that's extremely courageous. My mom was my everything. You know what I mean? My biological dad wasn't there. And I had stepdads that definitely stepped up, but I do see to where my mom was probably the best, she was my foundation.
I think I have to say my mother too.
Yeah. And if I'm gonna call this what it is though, I think I have the utmost respect for a woman that can play both roles to the degree that she needs to make sure that everybody comes out to be just really good, well-rounded, all about human beings. The utmost respect. But I will say this, I also believe that you can have the best mother in the world. It would never match up to having a father that's willing to do his part along with that. That's, fundamentally, I just think that's the way it's kind of supposed to be. That man's supposed to be there, the head, the neck, you know what I mean?
Yes. Well, I do see that my mother has fit most of the boxes, have checked the boxes, right? For integrity, humility, empathy, vision, right? Which is what makes a leader. Because even when you think in leadership and in jobs and whatnot, even if they're male or female, leadership is leadership, right? But I have to say that my mother had pretty much has checked out all the boxes when it has come to that aspect of leadership.
Yeah.
I have learned a lot from that, but I have to say that my brother has also played a big part of it, even though he was not my financial support, right? He has been a big supporter of mine, like in every aspect of the word. If I needed someone to run to, he has been the person that I can look up to in some sort of way. But as far as having a leader at home, like a male, like a husband,
What would you look for in for the audience? You're not married currently.
no, I'm not.
What would you look what standout qualities would this guy have to have?
Empathy.
Empathy.
Empathy is
Yeah.
such a great thing. Oh my God, what a quality. Empathy. I have to say also, I think that most of people think that a male figure has to be a provider, like financially, but for sure, accountability,
Oh man.
accountability.
I rank that so highly. And I think what's funny about that is I'm gonna ask you a follow-up question to just that accountability. I rank that extremely highly, but I didn't learn that until way later in life. I think you really have to have some solid people around you. This is kind of why I understand the plight of a man, because this world is hard. Like, if men are going to hold you accountable at some point in your life, I feel that way. I think for women, that could probably be delayed even more. I know some women that just will never have to actually be accountable because the system is kind of set up to it'll always provide a crutch for that very heavy ego. Whereas a man, like, I've been humbled.
So you think that women are never accountable? I think the men are very hardly accountable of their actions, the tough way of being, the disrespect in some way, or the way that they lead in some aspect of life.
That I would
Just
agree with.
feeling
But,
like,
but that's by nature though, because they're more in a position of leadership. What I mean by this is
but
okay.
leadership doesn't mean that you have to degrade or belittle women, and we have kind of stepped away from, all of us women have stepped away from it, men have stepped away from what really makes us or get us together, or what makes us be a relationship, right? So it's funny, I don't want to mention it, but my son was like, well, mom, women are very good at moral support. And it was crazy. This is an 11-year-old, right? And that's basically what this society has taken us away from. What moral support women used to bring to men, to the relationship.
I agree. Well, because it's spiritual at the end of the day. Women tend to be the how can I put this? No, you're right. That moral support, because when you say empathy, women are a little bit more emotionally in tune, so they're more primed to be able to be emotional support. It's funny.
But
Go ahead.
to go back to being a leader, right? Like a visionaire. Like, what is a leader at a job? What is a leader somewhere that is not a relationship? Now, should a relationship be treated like a job? In some way, somehow, I always say it's like a job is almost like getting a man. You don't know what you're getting into until you get in there,
Yeah,
right? Because we all sell each other's dream. We always do, right? Until you don't start dealing with that person, you don't know what you're getting into. So to me, a man is someone that I can envision things with. Can we plan a future together? And then he can probably lead this vision. Unless you want me to, which I have no problem with. But integrity. What is integrity? It's doing the right thing when nobody's watching. Can you be the good man, the good leader, when nobody's there, when I'm not there, when your family is not watching you, when you are in your most alone time and this goes for a lot of people in the
Oh,
trade.
come closer. That was perfect right there.
When he goes
I'll
to
bring it
people,
to you, yeah.
when he goes to people in the trade, right, which are like statistically the people who become the most suicidal men in general. But do you have integrity? Because most of these men have women, they have wives, they go out, they travel, they feel alone. Why are you feeling alone? Where is your integrity if you have a family back at home? And I know this is going to spark up a lot of problems, a lot of conversations.
Okay, so because here's my first answer to that. I think some men live lies, right? I don't think every man is a family man. I think some men are very power hungry, and there are dynamics to them that they don't quite fit into that box of just having a family, but they try to do it because that's the quote unquote the right thing. So when you say integrity, yeah, they probably don't have any because they're kind of living a lie. But I also understand the pressure that comes behind a man. It's like you're always trying to do the right thing. See, a lot of people don't understand. So not.
But if you're always trying, that means that that's not your character.
Yeah.
Because if you're a good person, if you're a person who loves, if you're a person who is honest, who's loyal, there's nothing to try. Why are you trying anything? As a woman, I can say, do I have to try to be loyal? No, I don't have to. I can go out. I will be approached. I will be asked a question or whatever the case may be. But do I have to continue this conversation? It doesn't make me feel, oh my goodness, Jesus Christ, I need to go kill myself now. No. The fact that is what you're saying, though. You are trying.
Yeah.
And that's where you're not happy. You're not happy with the decisions that you have made. Or maybe you're not happy with yourself.
Well, this is about to get deep. Well, I agree with you. Authenticity is very important. You cannot have integrity if you're not being authentic.
There you go.
The problem is, in a way, well, let me ask you this.
It goes almost to the discipline. It's like integrity, empathy, discipline. Are you disciplined to go around places and not have to entertain everybody that goes around you? Like,
let me ask you this. If you
what makes a leader? Can you say no to the other women that looks probably better than your wife, but maybe your wife is at home taking care of all these different things that you're not? Can you have integrity and discipline?
Let me ask you this. If you're a guy that, you like the bachelor life, right? And then you meet a woman who's a really good woman and she's giving you have no reason not to see her as something on a serious level, and you choose to try to have a family with her. Should you have done that knowing that maybe you're not ready or maybe this is not what you want? If you're
a bachelor,
yeah,
you can do whatever you want. You're sleazy.
here's my thing though. Everyone can't do what they want. I respect the man that even if he's not ready, he's trying to have a family. I'm not saying that I agree with it. Even it's because he's seeing a bigger picture. It's like, because everybody can't do what they want.
Wait. So if you're sleazy, if you're a bachelor and you want to go ahead and ask me the question again, because I don't think I understood that.
No, I'm gonna simplify that. You're kind of, you're right there with it. I'm saying that, yeah. Let's say you have the heart of a spirit of a bachelor. You are the type of man you can legitimately be happy, just woman to woman, bed hopping, having them come to your place, having a good time, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, you meet a woman that shows you potential of being an actual wife. Now you're torn because I know what I am and what I can be. But at the same time, does family not matter enough to where we make that sacrifice? I don't know. I just don't feel like everyone can afford to be like, you know what? Just do you. Because really, in reality, you want to tell that man, just do you. But I think it's something extremely good about a man forcing himself to grow up, even if he fails at it. Everyone can't always do them is what I'm trying to. Does that make sense? Yeah. No. Nah, man. Listen, if every guy actually did what just felt good for his life, you would have no order in the world. Period. You would have no generational. You would not have legacies. You wouldn't have.
So wait, I misunderstood. So you're talking about a guy who has a bachelor's mentality.
The spirit of a bachelor, to where He might
Well,
be.
what is the spirit of
I
a
can explain it.
bachelor?
No, I think I'm explaining. I'm explaining. He's really.
He's the spirit of a bachelor, but he's not quite a bachelor.
In fact, I'll say this because there are some
She
people.
has the spirit of a whore, but she's like, look,
Yo, no, that's a good example. That's a good example. That's a good example. I look. I've
she's
never.
just not getting paid for it.
I've never
I'm kidding.
judged a guy for being like, you know what, he was trying to date a girl that was in the streets. She was for the streets. I don't judge that. I'd be like, man, I probably wouldn't do it, but I understand. Like, you love her because you might be the one that can do something with her to make her. You might be able to be the one that can make her a good woman. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Who am
okay.
I? Who am I?
Ugh. I mean, there's.
Why you say? Ugh?
I think there's everybody to everybody. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
each his own. There's all tastes and colors, whatever. I mean, for me, at my age, I wouldn't want to date a guy who's like, hey, I have a bachelor spirit. I just want to go ahead and try out things.
He wouldn't tell you that, but let's just say when you first meet
women
him.
will know. I mean, if you are grown, if you've gone through something and you have experience and you went through that healing process,
The healing.
remember? So you will understand, like, when someone is just not for you.
Yeah.
Because they just don't even meet your basic, what do you say? Like, your
Requirements?
basic needs.
Yeah.
Like communication, just you and I, just a one-on-one.
Yeah, but
because a bachelor in spirit will never do like a one-on-one. Hey, I'll meet you when I want.
Okay. I
I'll
can
do
see
what
that.
I want. Hey, you want to go drinking, and after that, you want to sleep over. You want to come and F. That's what bachelors do. They
I
don't
get what
really
you're saying.
care.
Because if it's somebody that's doing other things, it's going to be like, well, you're not really a bachelor. You're probably somebody that's trying to be that, but that's not who you really are. You want to be in love. You want to love, and you want to be with one woman type of deal. And now I get what you're saying, man. Let me ask you something. Are there any telltale signs what kind of man has no business trying to be the leader of a household?
That one. The bachelor mentality.
The bachelor?
The bachelor mentality. I think a man who demands obedience from women.
Oh, no. We're going to pause it right there.
Yeah.
That's a whole talking point in
A man
itself.
who seeks power.
Seeks power.
So obedience
Okay.
and power is different, right?
Yeah.
It's
I'll say this because I agree with you with seeks power, but I also
a man
think
who blames others.
non-accountability.
There you go.
But obedience, I do think that's important.
You don't have a child, though.
Yeah.
You don't have a child. Your woman is not a child. Like, the man should not be the child of the woman. I mean, think about it, right? It's like, obedience is like, hey, you're going to do this, and I want you to do that. And, like, in a relationship, people have to be their own people. You have to be who you are. There's going to be things I don't like about you, and there's going to be things that you don't like about me. I might not like for you to leave clothes all over the floor, right? And I might not like for you to freaking snore like a freaking train at night, but you might be the most kind, empathetic person.
I know what you mean, yeah.
The kindness. You might be the person who always remembers my birthday, who knows the little things that I like. So am I going to say this is not a man that I want, who I think is a leader because he leaves his clothes on the floor? Who does this? No, there's difference. There's things that I am going to like, and there's things that I'm going to dislike. You just have to see how much is it that I do not like about you. So disrespect is one of the things I will never, and I don't want to ever accept from anyone, right? Because there's the thing like, babe, you left the toothbrush here, right? But I like it here. Who gives a fuck, right? Now it's different, like, you brush I mean, you used my toothbrush to clean your shoes. Are you fucking serious? Disrespectful. Do I want that? No. Hey, you left the toilet seat up. There's this thing about the toilet seat up.
Have you been in a relationship with someone that was blatantly disrespectful, consistently
Oh, the fuck yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know what I noticed about disrespectful is like when I took an hour cleaning a bathroom, and some people are gonna be like, "What is a fucking hour?" It's a huge tub, a shower, toilet, counters, a whole fucking hour.
Yeah.
And then you came in and decided to shave your beard, your head, through all.
I'm guilty.
Oh, okay. Now you know. And then you're like, "Hey, I just didn't care about what the fuck I just did." And then you went to the shower. I mean, the shower is not that bad, right? But I just cleaned everything. You leave your underwears, your clothes on the floor after you just came into a bathroom that was cleaned. Maybe now freaking whatever it is, but I did my best and it took me an hour. That's extremely disrespectful.
Respect for your time and effort. No, I get it.
Or like if you took your day off and you cleaned the room, you picked up the bed, you put everything where it needs to go, and you just don't give a damn. That's disrespectful.
Conceited. I would have to agree with you. Let me tell you my telltales for a guy that's not fit to lead a household, just from my experience. Non-accountability, overly emotional. You want to watch out for that, because that's where that's what I had to learn. I think in my mid-20s, I was probably at my peak of emotionality. I'm always going to be an emotional person, but you have to, if you can't moderate your emotions, you end up like kicking the dog or punching a hole in the wall, or you know what I mean, just dumb stuff that builds up, and then to make a person respect you less over time. So for me, just find an outlet. Just find an outlet, because we human, but you can't you can't control your emotions in the house. You won't be able to do it outside the house, and that's very important. Yeah, so I learned quick, man.
Over emotional. What a good point.
No, absolutely. And I will say this, and I will see this. That goes both ways, men and women. You can't, if you're not the type of person that can't get your point across without going ballistic or putting your hands on someone, then you're not going to be respected in the long run. And a leader, got to be respected.
But then they go like over the emotional thing. It also leads to like not being heard or not being respected to what you're saying. Where you can be like, wow, I was just trying to express myself and you're not letting me. Or you're also abusing what I'm saying. Like, oh my God, you always have to say this. Or
communication is big.
Huge.
But
learning how to communicate. Remember we were talking about that. So not going overboard, like yelling with the cursing, or maybe giving each other that space.
Yeah. I say all this to say, that's funny, because I'm right there with you. I say all this to say, because at the end of the day, you still, at some point in a relationship, you're going to have a conflict of interest. The leader has to matter, because somebody has to still have that supreme authority. It doesn't mean that I don't listen to maybe what my girlfriend might say, but somebody has to be like, even if you're a court, you have the jury, they deliberate, but the judge is the one, once he swings the gavel, got to slam the gavel. Am I saying that right? I think
you are. But then again, I'm Spanish, so gobble gobble.
But yeah, man, that's all I say. I want people to kind of get back to understanding how important it is to know the characteristics of that man that's holding the gavel. I can't do
the
this.
G-O.
That's funny. I'm gonna Google that here in a second. But yeah, man. You know what's funny? All right, so I have been thinking about stuff to talk about for this very topic, and here's something that's funny. I was actually talking to my mother about this earlier. I have memories, because I was thinking about the strongest men in my life. I have memories, and they all connected to one thing. I have an uncle, right? And I said to myself, I remember being younger, and he would do certain things that to this day helped me understand the way of men and how to actually lead by example. That's Uncle Trent. Uncle Trent. I want to say I was 11, 12 years old. I can't swim, by the way. All right.
Swim.
I can't swim.
Okay.
I couldn't swim then. I still can't swim. I can't do it to save my life, man. I try. I don't know what it is about that water. I'm not about it. I'm setting us back like a mug, man. But
like there's a saying. I'm playing.
She funny. Yeah. I'm setting us back. So he realizes I can't swim and I'm afraid to. He picked me up at the pool, and I remember this to this day. Threw me in the water. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have experienced, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the kind of, hey, listen, man, just jump in there, bro. We're not going to coddle you. To me, that even in itself was a form of leadership. He's also the reason I rode a roller coaster for the first time. He pressure. It was like, come on. I was petrified, but he was like, come on, man. And as I'm older now, I realize sometimes when it's something I'm a little reluctant or hesitant to do, I realize, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. Yeah, because you've already been thrown in that pool. It's like, you'll figure it out.
Now you see why I bring my brother a lot of times. Why I bring my brother up a lot of times.
Yeah.
He was the
Look
first
at you.
one.
You cannot keep that.
He was the first one that actually like threw me in the river. Mm-hmm. I was scared and threw me in a river in Nicaragua. And he's been, kind of like the person I always look up to because he's been, a person who I always seen as a role model, even in his own life. So when you talk about integrity and leadership, that is one of the persons that I see as a role model in my life, as a person that I have seen who has grown his own family, who has helped even my mother, and I. So it's I think it's a person who I can see as an authority person of character or something like that.
That's good, man. I'm sure he's proud. That courage, man. Very important. As a leader, you got to be willing to be courageous because sometimes you got to do things outside of your comfort zone. That's scary for a lot of people.
That's what I have to do all the time. As a leader, as a mother,
see,
for my son, or for my son.
Look, this is a left field, man. Do you want to be married?
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do. I just think I ask a lot. And not financially, I just ask a lot from someone who's like what we were discussing, the integrity part, the humility part, someone who's more humble. It's hard to find a man who's humble, who's like at a certain threshold of life, who can understand being empathetic or humble. Humble is something that I think men lose a lot or miss a lot.
Humility.
Yeah. Like once they get to a certain threshold in their life, it's like they start losing that humility, that humble part of themselves. And then there's this trend of getting into the gym where like the gym is my ultimate thing. So even, I don't want to say it, but even the one guy that used to be pushed out of the classroom because he was not accepted, now he has like muscles and he's like, oh, I'm better than everybody. It's just something weird. It's like this weird trend.
Well, no, it
to women and men being alone.
What you mean
lonely?
Being lonely. Yeah, I'd agree with that. So I agree with that because we're trying to overcompensate in so many ways because we're genuinely not happy, actually. So I say, like you said, if you have humility, the tough part is a lot of people don't respect humility, and only the people that you deal with on an intimate level, they're going to see you for what you are and how they value you because of that. But on a surface level, men still are trying to see. The thing is, and this is, I'm gonna make this simple. Women get immediate gratification a lot more. What were we just saying on the pre-shift? If you was up here shaking butt, man, that thing could be lit up. Men don't have as easy access to sex, so a lot of times they have to find a way to motivate themselves to go out here. This
Have
is
you
just my
seen TikTok?
understanding.
Have you seen TikTok?
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
has become the new male escort. It's like, even if they are lonely, they go in there and they're like, oh my God, look at my body. I'm so
Yeah,
lonely.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like, it's becoming very extremely superficial.
Yeah.
So we go back to, who can lead a household? How can you be a leader when, like, if your leader of the guy of the household is like tired of being the leader of the household? But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I've seen women or men who have married or dated, I mean, married women who are not like top 10. If they're like top 10, they're not top 10 type of women. And it's very confusing. And they're very like successful in marriage. Or like if the woman is maybe like a top 10 and then the guy is not, and they are very successful.
He's rich. That's the only one that he's rich. No, let me stop. You because you said top 10. But why do you think that is, man? Look, all I'm gonna say is this.
He's rich.
He's rich. I'm gonna say
What if
this.
what if, oh my God, it's so weird. It's not. I mean,
I'm telling
I
you.
think the men like women who are not like top 10.
Elaborate. I think I'm following you, but elaborate a little.
Like if they're not extremely good looking women.
I think I believe this. I think men are actually self-aware enough to where they get intimidated by the most beautiful women because they do understand, especially if she's younger. Truth be told, it's harsh being a man because every man wants.
It's harsh being a man.
I'm not saying it's not, but it's different. Let me stop. See, I don't want to play the gender role thing. I'm telling you, it's a little different because I can go to a party. I can bring my girl, and I can leave. I know for a fact if there are guys there that like it's a wrap. There, every dude in there. Not saying the girl. I'm just saying every dude in there. They're like wolves. It's not as bad on women's end. Women might think you're attractive, but they'll only act like that if they know the man's status is so high level elite that they're willing to compromise that. Most women are actually more so afraid of each other, to be quite honest. Like
we
men
have
don't.
to break that mentality. We really do. We have to stop that mentality. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of women who are pretty, or a lot of women who are probably like in a very successful way, or you asked me earlier, am I single? Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it because I'm lacking opportunities, or because I'm not gaining the right opportunities? So I'm not gaining the correct man to do that. So it goes back to leadership. Are they inspiring me? Are they trustworthy? Are they empowering me? Are they sharing visions with me? They're not. They're coming here and they're like, hey, do you want to have sex today or tomorrow? It's like, wow, shit, I just met you about an hour ago. I'm telling you a very serious encounter that I just had.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I am into my healing part that we were talking and discussing. And you seen me going, I mean, we go out, we chill. I don't leave the club or the places with anyone. I am the most friendly, most cool. I laugh, giggle, whatever. Right? But there's a specific person that I have met, which I thought it was very interesting, mostly physically, before, obviously, because that's how we all meet, right? Physically, until you start interacting, and then you start seeing if there is an essence, right? And this person, we went out for lunch in a... Oof, I don't want to give too much details.
No, you don't do good.
There was
I'm
a lot
listening.
of because of my career path and whatnot. But like there was a certain gathering where we went out, and I always, since day one when I seen him get since they seen him come into this into this team, into this pool, I was like, oh my goodness, what a handsome man, you know. And I was like, oh, look at my future husband. But I'm a very jokeful person. If you don't know me, I'm a jokester. I'm a jokester all day. So I was like, oh, look, her husband, you know, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I've never spoken to him. I never even say hi to the person. It was just a joke. We went for a gathering, and this person, some way, somehow, found me on Instagram and started reaching out. And mind you, I was okay until this person started reaching out. And then I started getting engaged with it. You know, it's like, well, you know, let's see what it's all about, you know. And the whole all about was, can you come to my house tonight or tomorrow? Can you sleep over? Bring a bag. And I'm like, God, Jesus Christ, it hasn't even been 24 hours. How do you know that I don't snore or do other shit at night? And you know, there was no anything. Get it?
Let me hold on. Let me say this real quick, because it's kind of like it's a catch-22. Because if he no, check this out. If he had, all right, so he was direct, right? You have dignity, so you're like, wait a second, bro. We just met. We're just suggesting you this and the third. But let's say he's patient. Let's say he's like, all right, hey, how's it going, man? Just we had a good time the other day. That was cool. He plays the friend role. He says all the right things, but in the back of his mind, he's still a wolf. How?
That's a good one.
Huh?
A very good one.
Hold on, you didn't even hear my lad.
No. I've also thought about that. You think I don't think about that? I was. And sometimes you're like, okay, can we just at least play the long
patience?
Road? Yeah. Can we at least?
Nina, you are crazy. Because the man is delivering. But I'm trying to rock with you. But see, I guarantee you this. Okay.
Do you have more possibilities getting to know someone in the long run, like discussing and touching different subjects that are not sexual throughout those days before you smash, than you smashing the first day and then you talking about those other topics?
Women have the access to sex. I'm gonna agree with you, because if you get them too early, you're gonna smash their fantasy in a sense.
And then women can be the ones that are the one hitter quitter. Have you ever had that?
I have.
Exactly.
It hurts.
They'll be like, oh yeah, goodbye, right? Exactly. So it's not only y'all, right? It's a mutual thing. But when you get to a certain point in your life, you're like, can we at least conversate to see, like, if we can lay down with clothes on and have a conversation after this?
It's harder nowadays because people lack substance all around it.
And after that, I mean, I never did anything with this person, but then I realized that there was no essence. There was no other conversations besides, oh, what can I do? And this and that is there. When this is, it's like, great, awesome, thank you, but not thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a sapiosexual. I love people that can bring things and just like stimulate my brain.
It's that mind, yeah.
Yeah, like, hello, we're 40 some. I mean, some 40. I'm 40 some. I'm 40. Some are 40 some. You know, and it's like, what are we gonna do from here? Once we smash, what happens? Like, that's it? Oh God, get the fuck out of here. This shit's done with. It's boring.
Do you know if he had kids or not?
Yeah, a daughter.
That's probably what it was. He probably still had enough wiggle room to still move how he want to move. Because when you have a couple of them, now it's like everybody, kids, it just makes everything different. You have to be more purposeful about
I have a boy, right?
Uh-huh.
But I think what has changed a lot of my mentality is like, I have a lot of male friends now that I can hang around with, and I don't have to do things with, and I don't have to go home with them, and I don't have to sex with them, and they can still check up on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, we can still meet up and feel like, oh shit, I just fucked you yesterday. Like, there's so much more to life than just doing that shit. That shit's fucking boring. You do this shit
Whoa,
when
whoa,
you're
whoa, whoa.
young.
We got to choose our words carefully. I won't say boring, but there's definitely more to life. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not boring with my boys. I'm saying it's boring with a man that you just who's 40 something or 40 something.
I
It's
get
like,
that. Yeah.
hey, you know, I'm sleazy. This is what I want to do. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, I get that. I
Try
get
that
that.
shit with the youngins. Like, fuck out of here. It's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you're 40 something, dude. Like you're closer to 50 than you are to like the younger 30s.
It's like, what are we doing? I kind of get that. But then again, if he's as good looking as what you say,
oh, very
with
good
one
looking.
kid, slow down, Nina. Slow down.
Doesn't matter though. There's a lot of very good looking dudes.
Yeah.
It's like for men, you know, that's the thing. That's the thing now. It's like you don't want to do what I want. It's okay. You can keep fucking going. There's a lot of men out there.
They are, but I think that to me that kind of I don't like that though. I don't think that's a good thing. For me, I'm gonna be
I don't
honest.
like that. I don't like that.
I'm very intentional with how I move now. In fact, I can only see somebody on a serious level if I think I can have a kid with them. Anything less than that, I kind of don't even look. My whole 20s, I went crazy. 30s, creeping into the 30s a little bit, but after getting out of my last relationship, I don't care to casual date, none of that.
So now you look for a person that can lead the house. It's a woman, not
You
lead
said what?
the house.
Hold on.
No, wait. Not for you because
Yeah.
you're a man and you should be. The
Oh, that
leader.
I can-
Yeah. So
that
now
well-
you are bringing a woman into your household that can be a leader within her role,
Yeah.
right? And be empathetic, be kind, be soft. And be all these beautiful things that you're looking for.
Yeah.
You're no longer looking for like this sleazy, fast. If you don't want me, I'll get another man. That's not what you're looking for. It's the same thing for women at a certain age. And I mean, if I'm speaking for any women out there of my age or younger, whatever, you know what I mean? We are looking for the leader who's empathetic, not a man who thinks because he proposed the house or who gave you a this is my fucking house, so you're gonna do what I want. See what I mean? It's like you want a leader, but you don't want a fucking asshole. You don't want someone that's going to treat you like, oh my god, I want to say something that nobody's gonna like, but whatever.
Say the shit, man. Say
it's like Hispanic women. Like, you don't want a fucking man that's gonna treat you like Maria. It's like you have to be the maid of the house. Sorry for all the Marias.
Maria.
It's a thing. But, you know, you don't want a man who's gonna come in and be like, oh, you're gonna be like the maid. No, it's a man who's gonna appreciate what you do, which comes with empathy, you know, it comes with humility, who understand that even though he is the leader of the house, he doesn't have to impose the macho man shit, you know, because there's a lot of women out here who work. I mean, I'm a hard-working woman.
So that's what I was going to say. Your case is a little unique because you are kind of an alpha female, believe it or not. You're an alpha female. So what happens is, what I think is, everybody's Americanized. That thing you were just talking about, the thing between machismo, because all right, I had an ex-girlfriend when I was a teenager. She told me this. I love Latin men. I said, why? She said, because they're the most romantic. They are. In their essence, they really are. They love romanticism, but they're also the most, they put machismo on a pedestal. So they'll choke you out if you don't act right too. This is the truth in my experience. Not I would say Mexicans in particular, but
Just in particular, just the whole entire.
I think so. They get they're more possessive because you can't even have romanticism without being possessive. Like if I'm bringing you flowers, candles, the whole nine, singing
I
to
think
you.
they like to cheat a lot.
They do. They, in my experience, they do. But I say this: black men. Let's see, it's colored men actually.
I think it's all men, black, white, Hispanic.
No, I don't
they
believe.
all got infected.
It's men.
Well, I'm with all my respect to my ex, he was not a cheater, was he?
What was it? What was his demo?
I don't want to talk about those type of things. He was a provider though. Just
Good.
Certain things didn't work out.
She's talking about a previous ex. No, you shouldn't. We're not. No, we ain't got to name no names. But I'll say this. No, I do agree with you. I just think it's a thing of you being an alpha female. You can afford. You make your own money, right? you're going to look for a man that can more so emotionally satisfy you and can actually lead by that way. He's probably going to be more like empathetic. I won't say passive, but I'll definitely say
passive.
patient. You know what I mean?
Passive.
No, that's
Not
that's
passive
soft.
aggressive. Well, passive is the thing. Trust me. A man doesn't have to be aggressive. I mean, you can lead with passion. I mean, you can lead with kindness. You don't have to be an a-hole to lead.
Yeah.
You really don't have to. At least not with me. That's just my personal opinion.
Oh,
Yes.
therein lies
I
the
love kindness.
It's some women that need that asshole. But they need it. They need that
just like
aggression.
towards somebody else, right?
Huh?
Just towards somebody else. Like, if you want to be aggressive or an asshole, be with somebody else. Like, if someone is trying to be aggressive towards us, then go ahead, Poppy. Do your thing. Show your manly. You know what I mean? But I want you to be kind to me. I mean, I'm a very kind woman when I have a man. Like, if you want to push my buttons, it's a whole different thing. But
Oh, there go that Latina coming out. Boy, oh boy, do I know? Yeah.
I'm kind. I'm very kind. I love to lead a home with kindness. I love to lead a home with just, like, I want the men to lead the home. Go ahead and tell us what we need to do in a certain aspect of life, but I'll handle the kitchen, though. That's my spot.
That's what's up, man. Let me make sure I covered all bases, man. Oh, I did. I gave a shout out to my mother. She did. She played both roles. So, yeah. I'm asking one last question, and we'll wrap it up with that.
Go ahead.
Who, in your opinion, and I need you to be honest,
Oh, Lord.
who tends to be the most accountable in a relationship? Hold on. Leadership. No.
Accountable me.
Huh?
I am the most accountable person.
Okay. Now, who?
Well, at least with my past relationships, I have been.
All right. Two things. In relationships in general, who tends to be more accountable, men or women, in your experience? Right. That's number one.
Oof, that's rough. If you have a very if you have a very mature woman, sometimes she'll be more accountable just to be. Wow, she'll tend to be accountable just to make up for what's happening with the man. Like, if he's lacking accountability and she doesn't want that relationship to go away, she'll probably tend to be like over accountable for it.
Yo, I like that. That was a very true statement. That's a clip right there. Most people wouldn't admit that. Cause it's a double like thing. I like that, man, because that's very true actually. The other thing was who would you say needs the leadership of a strong man more? This is something me and Lee talked about in the past. I want your opinion on it though. A girl or a boy, a young girl or a girl boy needs that male leadership more. Think on it.
I think that if the boy or girl has a very mature father or mother, either or. I mean, you need to run that question by me again.
You gotta pick. I'm gonna say who needs a strong male leader more?
Oh.
A young girl or a young boy?
Ooh, the boy, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. I think the boy needs a positive, lovable, compassion male leader. Not an asshole. Not someone who's aggressive. I don't know why we all think that males need to be raised with aggressiveness and being belittled or pushed over.
I wouldn't say belittled and pushed over, but they need to be tough. And sometimes there's a line that gets crossed.
But toughness doesn't really mean being an asshole 24/7.
Yeah, well, I'll say this. It doesn't. But you got to be able to deal with an asshole. And the only way to actually experience that is sometimes you have to deal with an asshole. Sometimes I'm like this with males more so in particular. But sometimes if talking to you logically doesn't work, I'm going to bring out more of that aggressive, like men do this thing where we troll each other. I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna push you a little bit psychologically to make sure you're not so sensitized to just words and sentiments. You have to have that, because there's men out here that will just be like, man, fuck you.
But then you can have a toxic father, right? Who never was really taught that part of life. So he doesn't know how to deliver the message either. And he thinks that cursing at his kid and being an asshole and belittling him is a thing.
It's a fine line. I agree. That's why you don't take it too far. You never take anything too far.
How do you tell that father who never had a father to tell him?
Another man will. Another man will. I promise you. If you
or
come
you
up,
have a mom like me?
you think you're a damn man. That's the problem right there, man.
I mean, you have to do a podcast.
You want to play that
kids.
role.
You should do a little podcast with little kids and invite my 11-year-old.
My daughter is 14. She'll come easily.
Oh, there you go. You can do a little podcast with your 14 and my 11-year-old, and you see where my son stands.
Okay, Nana, you heard it. That's
Logan, you heard it. Yes.
Fair enough,
You'll see. I mean, my son is the most humble, most beautiful, kind. Oh, my God. I'll let you meet him.
We're going to set that up.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be the cutest thing.
On that note, good stuff, man. Episode 2, P.I.E. I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate you, Nina. You always come through. Thank you, sweetheart.
For sure.